Hey! Alright, y'all. Oh, about to bust my ass. Okay. Alright, y'all. What's going on, everybody? Alright, it's your boy Bruce Leroy once again. Welcome back to the I Am Bruce Leroy channel. Before we get started today's video, y'all do a few things for me. Like, comment, subscribe, before I kick all y'all asses. No, I'm proud. I know I do already. Follow me on all my social medias, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, everything's at I Am Bruce Leroy. Your boy killed the intro, and I didn't even stutter. I was about to stutter just now, but I caught myself. Anyway, moving forward. So, today's video, we are going to be having a discussion about this, about Thursday's preseason game. It was the Eagles and the Patriots, and then maybe I got like maybe a couple other topics I want to talk about in between, right? So there's going to be a couple of little off-topic discussions, okay? So the first thing we're going to have a discussion about is the Brandon Ayuk situation. It's a very, very, very unique situation because as an Eagles fan, I don't like the 49ers. They talk too much shit, and it was, obviously, outside of Patrick Mahomes being my favorite player, if you've seen this channel, you know that Patrick Mahomes is my favorite player of all time. The only person I would honestly say in a hypothetical fantasy scenario, if Jalen Hurts ain't my quarterback, I don't want no Josh Allen, I don't want Joe Burrow, I want Lamar Jackson. And I think all of those guys are skilled. I probably like Lamar Jackson out of the bunch because he does more with less options. But I'm not taking nobody besides Hurts with the exception of Patrick Mahomes. I said that time and time again, right? So, not only as a Pat Mahomes super fan was I happy that they beat the 49ers, just the fact that 49ers talk all of this shit over and over again, especially Deebo Samuels. Over and over again, just continuously talk shit. Even when I think Deebo Samuel, after they lost Super Bowl, instead of talking about the Chiefs, who he just faced, he still talk about us. Like we fucking faced y'all like what, week 13 or some shit like that. I don't remember what the week was. I don't care to go look it up either. But bottom line is we already faced you guys already. Y'all whooped our ass. Okay, move on. Like you literally just lost. Focus on you losing the goddamn Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? But bottom line is this. All bias aside of how I feel about the 49ers in general, Brandon Ayuk is a top 10 wide receiver in this league, bar none, right? And I definitely think that he could be of use to any team in the league. Like immediately, I'd say 95% of the teams, he could be the number one guy. So Brandon Ayuk is definitely a proven guy in this league. He's a spectacular football player. Here's the issue, okay? The 49ers have so many damn star players, right? And they're not necessarily the best at managing the cap, and they just paid. They have to give Brock Purdy a lot of fucking money. They're going to give him franchise money. It's either going to be sometime this year, most likely. I would say, if my prediction, they're going to pay Brock Purdy next, in the off season. That's my prediction. Brandon Ayuk is a fantastic football player, but he's on a team where they just gave Christian McCaffrey a big-ass contract. They got a whole bunch of top 25 players in this league. They got Trent Williams, who I'm sure they're paying a lot of money. It's a lot of guys getting a lot of money. And Kittle, I don't know if Deebo got an extension or not. I'm not sure. It's a lot of guys that have paid. They still got Chase Young on the team. I think they might have extended Bosa. They might have paid or didn't pay Fred Warner. So they have a lot of guys on their team that either have already getting paid a lot of money or are going to be getting signed to a big contract. So, in a way, I can't blame the 49ers for not wanting to pay Brandon Ayuk a big contract because the reality situation is they didn't do a good job of managing the cap to begin with. And they have a lot of guys that need to get paid that haven't gotten paid yet. So Brandon Ayuk is in a really strange position. Do I think he should get his money? Yes. Here's the issue, though. Let's just say he's going to choose other options, right? Pittsburgh, like I said in the last video, their quarterback situation is a mess. Russell Wilson got injured, and maybe he's not really playing that spectacular. We'll see when the season starts who's going to be the quarterback one. Justin Fields, they're really good in camp, I heard, but when it came down to actual gameplay in the preseason, he kind of was, nowhere to be found. So Pittsburgh is a complete mess. Either way, it doesn't really matter how you want to slice this. It's a complete mess, okay? Now you're down to the Browns and the Patriots, right? The Patriots, and, I'll speak a little bit about that. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't want to jump too far ahead, but their quarterback situation is not stable right now. I'll go into it as we talk about the Eagles and the Patriots because Drake May did play, and I'll give y'all my quick analysis on what I've seen out of him, okay? then the Browns. Y'all could say whatever the hell y'all want to say. Y'all could give him all these weapons. You think Jerry Jeudy's going to change? I'm going to tell you something right now. This is the truth, right? However y'all feel about Deshaun Watson after him getting caught with the little happy ending shit or whatever the case may be, all right? If he did it, then, you know, obviously he needed to be held accountable for it. He was suspended, whatever the case may be, right? But I'm not here to talk about his situation, his legal situation. I'm here to talk about his football play. Deshaun Watson is one of the worst quarterbacks in the league. Period, bar none. I don't know, like, when everybody talks about the Russell Wilson trade being the worst trade in NFL history, and really, it only really was the worst trade because you had GMs who got a franchise quarterback without a stable offensive line, not really enough wide receiver help to really compete for a championship, and a lot of huge pieces, guys like Von Miller and Bradley Chubb, leaving the team without any form of financial compensation. Whether it's financial compensation, whether it's draft compensation, whether it's, you know, getting another quality player. It just let guys they just let productive football players walk out with no form of compensation coming back to the Broncos, right? So their front office is beyond fucking terrible. Now, Deshaun Watson is pretty fucking bad, and he cannot consistently throw the ball accurately down the field 20 yards. He really hasn't had. He's had literally not even a fucking handful. I'm talking about, nigga, I could throw up the peace sign, and not even really that. Probably the middle finger. No, I'm playing. I could throw up maybe 1 or 2 fingers with how many actual good games Deshaun Watson has had since going on the Cleveland Browns. As a Houston Texan, he quite arguably is the greatest quarterback that franchise has ever had. C.J. Stroud might be, you know, taking that reign, but as of right now, C.J. Stroud only has 1 season under the belt, so I'm not going to give it to him. If C.J. Stroud has a second season, then we could add that conversation again, but as of right now, Deshaun Watson is the best quarterback to ever play for that franchise. We'll see what C.J. Stroud does in the future, all right? Now, Deshaun Watson's ass. So he can get the money he's looking for, I guess. I don't know why the fucking Browns are trying to pay anybody at this point in time. Because they're already in salary cap. The Browns need to be saving their fucking resources. Okay? Because Deshaun Watson is not going to be good enough for next year. Okay? I'm just keeping it real. Like, the Jerry Jeudy shit and Nick Chubb comeback is not going to do a goddamn thing for this organization. And Myles Garrett and that defense and the Njoku. There's nothing that's going to help this offense go, because with all due respect, not even with all due, so I'm going to keep it real, Deshaun Watson is not a good quarterback in this league anymore. He's one of the worst quarterbacks that has a starting job as of right now. Like, he's a terrible quarterback. There's no going around that. So you have a situation where it's like, there's other wide receiver needy teams. I think Dallas can utilize another wide receiver. I'm glad they don't fucking have Brandon Ayuk. They don't deserve shit. Especially how the GM is treating a homegrown fucking talent. You drafted CeeDee Lamb. I talked about it in my previous video. Y'all go look at that. But how Jerry Jones treats CeeDee Lamb is fucking horrible. Because CeeDee Lamb, top 3-ish wide receiver in the league. Okay? Maybe top 4, depending on how y'all want to construct y'all list. Top 3, top 4 wide receiver in this league. Done everything the right way, showed he's elite, best player on your offense as of right now. It's not Dak, I'm sorry, I gotta keep it real. And you drafted him. So anybody you draft and has superseded expectations, that's priority number 1. They got to get paid. Considering the fact you didn't do shit in the offseason when it came to free agency, you didn't do shit in the draft. So Guyton, we'll see what happens with him. But you didn't grab anybody. Another thing that pissed me off too is that they signed that guy, I think Phillips, the one that tried to get Jalen Hurts hurt on purpose. And there's nothing he could tell me or anybody else could tell me that Phillips got number 97. Number 1, he was wrong for what he did to that fan. At the end of the day, fans heckle. It is what it is. You're in Lincoln Financial Field. What the fuck you think is gonna happen? You sat up there doing dirty shit. Knew you did dirty shit. Deny that you did dirty shit. They're trying to talk down on a nigga who you haven't even accomplished in your position. You're not even top fucking 15 or 20 in your position as a defensive tackle. But you want to talk about the fucking greatest player who ever played his position. Make it make fucking sense. You talking shit about Jason Kelsey. Nigga, you know he don't need no fucking clout. You do. So unfortunately we gotta play this bum ass nigga. I hope Cam Durkins make this motherfucker life miserable. I hate this nigga. Like, listen, I will have more respect for you. And listen, I don't like anything bad to happen to my team, but I want to have more respect for you if you stood on business. Yeah. Like, it's football at the end of the day. I did what I did, and that's that, right? But you didn't stand on business. You try to make excuses. You try to play victim. So you try to play victim with the fan. He didn't really do too much outside of talking and heckling. That's what fans do. He didn't spit on a guy. He didn't call a guy by his name. He didn't call out his family. He just heckling a guy. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's what happens when you're in a post side of the field. Keep your goddamn composure. He should have got fined for the shit. I hope he did. And then you talk shit about a future Hall of Famer. Do you try to get the court, try to do some dirty shit to try to get Jalen Hurts hurt by trying to have Kelsey fall over Jalen Hurts on purpose? Just doing dumbass shit. If you dirty, I own up to it. Like, I'm a dirty ass player. It is what it is. But don't sit up there and try to like downplay what the fuck you did. Like you bold-faced lied. Now I'm not gonna say on national TV, but you lied in that press conference. You knew exactly what the fuck you were doing. You knew it. And I'm not saying it as an Eagles fan. I'm just keeping it real. I watched that play live, and you definitely did that shit on purpose. You wanted to get Jalen Hurts hurt. Period. So we got to play this asshole twice. I hope Cam Durkins gives his ass the business. Pause. But moving on from that. The Giants are probably, out of all the teams, the Giants, the Chiefs paid Patrick Mahomes. They might have gave Chris Jones a big extension, and they got a cheap-ass owner. I mean, that motherfucker is cheap. I mean, that nigga is up here making regular citizens who can barely get by in this day and age. Nigga, a grocery store visit will make your ass broke. Okay? A grocery store visit will make your ass not be able to have enough rent by the end of the month. But he wants to tell regular people that are barely surviving in this economy, and the job market is fucked up right now. He wants to tell them, oh yeah, I'm a billionaire, I have the money, my team is winning, so that's providing revenue in some format. I have the money, but y'all gonna pay for the renovations. What the fuck? So I know that nigga cheap as fuck. That's why they had Patrick Mahomes restructure his shit. But really, he doesn't have to do anything because he's not even, he's getting paid franchise money. And it is taking somewhat of a cap hit toll on the team. But the real situation is Patrick Mahomes is getting paid like, what, 40-something million a year, 45, 40, something like that. And the best player you can give him was fucking Marquise Brown. It doesn't even make any sense. Couldn't bring fucking Calvin Ridley in the building to try to get like you brought Marquise Brown. Make it make sense. I mean, Marquise Brown's not a bad player, but they could have definitely did better. They definitely could have done better. They didn't really do a good job of giving him weapons this year. It's going to be pretty much the same shit. Let's hope Xavier Worthy turns out to be a great player. We'll see what happens with that. Giants are definitely needed wide receivers, for sure. But, you know, they got Hyatt. I don't know what the fuck is going on with Hyatt. I don't really follow the Giants like that. I know Neighbors, he had maybe a season, a bad player or two. I feel like when I seen some footage of camp that Neighbors was pretty good. But, I don't know. And I think Jordan Addison got into a big injury too, so Minnesota could use somebody. So really, majority of the quarterback-needy teams, needless to say, their cap is being eaten up by franchise quarterbacks. So he's kind of in a fucked up position because on one hand, you know, if he gets his money, he's going to have to play for a quarterback that's not very good. And on the other hand, if he doesn't get his money and let's just say he stays on the 49ers, he's just going to have to accept the fact that, okay, he's in a great position where he wins. If I'm Brandon Ayuk, I'm going to stay put. Whatever money they're asking me until, or maybe he could just do something where like he plays out the rest of this year and then see what his options are as a free agent and see who wants to pay him. He could do that too. That's what I would do if I'm Brandon Ayuk. I wouldn't hold out. I wouldn't do any of that shit. I would go and play out the year. Show teams that like I'm very, very valuable, and hopefully some team could work something out with the cap. Another team that needs help with wide receivers is definitely the Chargers because they lost a lot of players. They got Mike Williams no longer on the team. Keenan Allen's no longer on the team. They don't have nobody. They're relying on fucking Quentin Johnson, who was their draft pick, who honestly he hasn't really panned out. So Herbert don't have shit to throw to at all. And the offensive line, okay, cool, that's good and all. And they don't even have a fucking run game either. So like Herbert's struggles might continue. It might get worse. Chargers might be a shit show coming up this year. I'm trying to see if I want to have a conversation about something else. So the guy Noah Lyles, the one I was saying, he's a track and field star for those that don't know. He was in the Olympics last year, I think. Don't quote me, but I think last year he was talking about some. Oh yeah. He was like, yeah, I hate that they call the NBA teams that win the championship world champions because technically they're only playing in one country. Which, you know, to an extent he has a point. I disagree with him because I seriously think that the world champions, if you take that team, let's just say it's the Denver Nuggets, right? It was the Denver Nuggets last year, was it? 2 years ago, it was the Denver Nuggets. I think the year he made those comments, the Denver Nuggets won the championship, right? So if you take the Denver Nuggets, or fuck it, you go ahead and take the Boston Celtics. I think that they probably, if they don't win the whole thing, they can get to a championship. I don't see anybody stopping Jaylen Brown or Jason Tatum. Or they got Kristaps Porzingis, like that, and Al Horford, who's still a viable option. You know, I don't see how they could lose, to be honest with you. And definitely not the Nuggets. I mean, you got Jamal Murray. You had some quality guys. I think they had Bruce Bowens, who came from the Brooklyn Nets. They had Caldwell Pope, played really good. I don't know what this about. Yo, people, motherfuckers need to put more respect on Caldwell Pope's name. However y'all feel about his career, I'm telling you right now, as a role player, he's been phenomenal. I think you should give him a lot of credit because he helped LeBron get to the championship, and he also was low-key a huge factor without y'all even realizing. He was a huge factor, especially on the scoring end and getting clutch buckets. He was a huge factor in the Nuggets getting that championship a couple years ago. See, I didn't put more respect on Caldwell Pope's name. Maybe relative to his draft position, he didn't really meet expectations. But as a basketball player, he can, when it's all said and done, if he decides to talk shit about some players or decide to go flex, you really can't get mad at it because he did contribute to getting those rings. I'm just being honest. Like he shows up in the NBA fight. He shows up in the playoffs where it matters the most. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, he's not relative to his draft position. He didn't wow anybody, but you know, relative to how he performs, or how he's performed when the lights are the brightest. He's been an outstanding role player. So Noah Lyles, and I've seen like bits and pieces of this clip. So back then, his old comments, I think they were a little bit, people got upset too much. And now I understand. It's like, why are you taking a shot at us? Nigga, you don't even fucking play basketball, okay? You're a track and field star, stick to track and field. But, you know, his point wasn't a bad point. I just think the motherfuckers just thought they want to be just mad at shit. I think motherfuckers just be angry. Motherfuckers just be angry just to be angry. I'm just keeping it real, okay? Now, he talked about, well, I don't know what's the cheater. So basically, he was basically saying he didn't know who the fuck Tyreek Hill was. But I think that's bullshit. And I think that, here's the thing, okay? I'm a troll. Nigga. Fuck Joel Embiid. Troll in the dictionary, nigga, that's me. My picture will be alright with my Nike headband, glasses, and all that shit. And his handsome face. Anyway, I'm cool with trolling. But you have to know, you have to read the room. You understand what I'm saying? Because I seriously doubt. Now, again, I understand not everybody watches football. I get that. What is important in certain people's bubble isn't necessarily important in everybody else's bubble. I completely 100% understand that. But at some point in time, bro, like, you gotta read the room. People are not finding you funny. You understand what I'm saying? And you're not doing it in a way where it can be deemed humorous. It just comes off like you're a hater. You understand what I'm saying? And even to the point we had Darius Slater, I think Jordan Lewis was saying, was like, yo, I hate this motherfucker. Because you have to understand, it's like, there has to be some kind of unity with athletes. I understand, yo, you're in your field, they're in their field. I understand that. But the amount of work that it takes to be a great athlete, to perform at a professional level, especially him performing for the country, and he's doing really, really well at it, you got to respect the hustle. And because you're going out, and also, your trolling is lacking a purpose. why the fuck do you feel the need to attack other athletes from different sports? At first, I'm like, you know what, y'all, I don't understand why y'all niggas keep bringing up the past shit he said that he won. Yo, this man just won a gold medal. Can we just give him a nice round of applause, please? Right? Like, that's what I was looking for. Then when he said that shit about Tyreek Hill, then I'm like, okay, bro, like, you're not funny. You kind of coming off like you're coming off like a hating ass nigga. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Bro, like, just go sit your ass, like, enjoy the gold medal, enjoy your win. And then I'm like, you know what? Well, his hate and his backlash is well deserved, because why are you continuously going on a troll job? Nobody found you funny, or it didn't make you likable with the people. Everybody was looking at you like, why the fuck, like, what the fuck was the point of you saying that? Because what do basketball players, what do football players got to do with you winning a medal in track and field? Nothing. Has absolutely nothing to fucking do with anything. So, you bring in unnecessary hate to yourself, and you're not. And here's another thing also. This nigga got upset at Anthony Edwards getting a fucking shoe. So, mind you this, okay? And the Adidas, I call him motherfucker Adidas. Listen, his mama call him Clay, I'ma call him Clay. Adidas gave this nigga a big ass bag, gave him his own cleats. You know what this motherfucker said? This ungrateful ass nigga. This nigga was like, oh yeah, there's no money in cleats, I want to do sneakers. And then this motherfucker had the nerve to get mad at Anthony Edwards because he got a shoe and he didn't. The fuck? They gave you cleats, my nigga. They made the road. You got a big ass bag. Why the fuck are you bitching? What are you bitching about? Nigga, at the end of the day, here's a reality situation. When motherfuckers buy shoes, you have to be a likable person. You think if motherfuckers didn't like Michael Jordan, they would buy Jordans, nigga? Do you think if niggas didn't like Kobe or Paul George or fucking James or any players that got a sneaker, right? Motherfuckers who get sneakers are marketable. That's what you're not understanding, nigga. There's nothing marketable about a fucking flat out hater that's not a funny. You're not funny, nigga. So why the fuck are you going out of your way? You have to make me understand this. You're bitching when you got a big ass bag and you have cleats. And guess what? Motherfuckers run track and field. And niggas who in track and field might know who you are, so they might buy it. It's not going to be as an extensive an audience as, you know, maybe basketball, where, you know, sneakers are more applicable to maybe walking outside or playing in a gymnasium. You can wear sneakers a lot more than you can just wear just cleats. But first and foremost, my nigga, for any of that shit to take place, number one, my nigga, you start a company and you just talk to Adidas and say, hey, listen, you might think throwing a sneaker in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I kind of want to do the sneaker thing because people wear sneakers more instead of just cleats, which only could be really used for just track and field, right? You could tell them that. What the fuck do Anthony Edwards and the fact that he didn't win a championship has anything to do with the fuck your situation is? Nothing. It don't make no fucking sense. You sound fucking, nigga. Did somebody tie your fucking braids too tight, nigga? You sound fucking stupid. You really sound fucking stupid, bro. Go take that up with Adidas why you ain't got a fucking sneaker. And on top of that, and I'm gonna reiterate this point again, niggas have to like you. We like Anthony Edwards. Why? Because he kind of got that chip on the shoulder from, you know, coming from Atlanta. So like he in a way got no filter. He funny. And he's arguably, him and Nikola Jokic are neck and neck to be the best player in the league right now. So we like him because he can hoop, he got a personality, and he's funny. He's marketable. That's why they're giving him a fucking sneaker. Nobody's giving you buying a sneaker from your ass because your first impression to the public eye is that you're a fucking hater. Nobody's buying your shoe, nigga. Even if Adidas is stupid enough to give your ass dumbass a shoe, nobody's buying that shit. Niggas buy shoes from Anthony Edwards, Kobe, Michael Jordan. We like those players. We kind of like them off the court. They seem like a big, but like we like the way they play. They're entertaining to us. Niggas ain't really caught up with track and field like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, people are in the know, they're in the know. Like, when you say, like, we're going to buy some shit from, like, if Sha'Carri came out with some shit, I'm sure there's an audience out there for her. If fucking Usain Bolt came out with some shit, there's an audience out there for him. Nobody's buying a shoe from you, nigga. You want to know why? Sha'Carri Richardson and Usain Bolt, as for the most part, they're likable people. Your first impression to the public outside of you just running, you're not a likable person. So even if you made a sneaker, that motherfucker gonna flop. So you're wasting your time bitching and complaining. So I know that was the sidebar. That's all I want to say about that. We will get straight to the Eagles, okay? I think there was a little light rain, and Nick Sirianni decided not to play his starters again for the second time. The rain wasn't as bad into the game, but it did rain. That kind of hurt, I ain't gonna lie. So the rain did kind of affect the field conditions a little bit. Now, Sirianni decided not to play his offensive starters. The defensive starters, at least half of them played, but the vast majority of the team didn't play. So Nick Sirianni's excuse was obviously the wet conditions and the fact that he felt that he thought that they did a really good job with joint practices, and he felt like just kind of paraphrasing what he was saying, that it wasn't enough rest after that long practice to put them in the game. Okay, and then I want to have a conversation about the Tanner McKee, Kenny Pickett day. I owe an apology to Marcus Mariota. Matter of fact, I'm not even going to call him Marcus Mariota. My apologies. I'm going to call you by your name, Marcus Mariota. I owe you an apology. You want to know why I owe you an apology, Marcus Mariota? Because at the very fucking least, you could run the football. Imagine a motherfucker who is not athletic, not mobile at all, not really. Caves in when there's pressure in his face. He's horrible under pressure, has no arm strength. So he has bad pocket awareness, he's not strong under pressure, he can't throw, and he's not mobile enough to scramble. Nigga, why the fuck are you even playing at this point in time? Like, how are you in the NFL if you can't do any of this shit? You can't throw, you can't run, and you cave in under pressure. Why the fuck are you in the NFL? And how the fuck did Pittsburgh look at you, or the Eagles had a conversation with him, I think, earlier in the draft process. How the fuck did Pittsburgh or even us look at this guy, and some of these others who look at this guy as like, yo, this is a first round pick? Your only claim to fame was the fake slide, my nigga. Everything else, you've been garbage. And he's had a good receiver core, okay? Najee Harris is pretty good out of the backfield. Deontay Johnson's a pretty good player. George Pickens is a top 12, 13-ish wide receiver in the league. He has top 10 potential, but he hasn't really gotten there yet. And I think a lot of the fact has to do with his attitude. You got to work on that because they're going to get your ass up out of there, out of the league very quick. You saw what happened with Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs did some light shit. George Pickens showed that, like, this nigga think he going to do what fuck Kadarius Toney going to do, and he going to stay on the team. It's not happening. They're going to get rid of his ass in a heartbeat. So, Kenny Pickett was god-awful. And now you know what you're going to say. He was like, what? Okay, he was 11 for 13 for 67 yards. When you keep getting sacked over and over again, and you're just missing, he was fucking horrible, man. And I thought that, okay, Kenny Pickett's better than Marcus Mariota because at least he knows how to run the offense. So, Tanner McKee, he had an amazing day. What was his stat? Let me look real quick. Hold on, my fault, y'all. I go back into this game. See, I ain't come prepared. So, Tanner McKee with 15 for 19, 140 yards. I mean, he was brilliant. I mean, pocket presence. He throws the ball in tight windows, and this man is accurate. He's bold. Yeah, he's bold with his arm. Like, this man is he's a talented individual. I'm not gonna lie. Like I really like Tanner McKee. Yeah, his speed ain't all that, man. But with this offensive line, if he has to come in as a second quarterback, he gonna be straight, man. Like he delivered the ball where he needs to be. He got heart. And he actually, like, he willing to put that ball down the field, and he makes some terrific throws, man. It's unfortunate that he got to play with fucking special teamers for wide receivers because he's on like the third, fourth, fifth string lineup. But it is what it is. It's nothing he could do about it. I'm gonna tell you something right now about Nick Sirianni. Nick Sirianni is a fucking idiot. He's a fucking idiot. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna give you two reasons. Number one, and I'm going to just kind of preface it by saying this. You understand that part of the reason why last year didn't work out was because your team did not get enough reps. in the preseason. They kind of were just, you were shielding them away. You wasn't really putting them through that fire. The Chiefs won the Super Bowl, and they're playing their fucking starters in the preseason. Mind you, Mahomes is the golden boy. You gotta protect Mahomes now. The Chiefs season is a dud. You have to protect Mahomes. You are doing the same shit you did last year. And you can't do the same shit as last year. Because last year fucked you over because you didn't put your plays in position. And you're running a completely new offense. Okay? I'm not saying, listen, I understand some of the concern, right? The field could be a little slick. You don't want to risk injury. Guys have been getting injured and have been season-ending injuries. I get it. You want to be careful. You can't have people play like 2 or 3 series. Matter of fact, just don't even reduce it. Like, yo, they should have played 2 series in the Ravens game, 1 series this game, and then if you want to set them out for Minnesota, who we got next Saturday, that's fine. But you are fucking with your team because you're doing the exact same thing you did last year. Coupled with, now you see Tanner McKee is outplaying Kenny Pickett. And this is what Joey Shakes said. I fuck with Joey Shakes, but like he's behaving like his thought process is it's a tiny bit delusional, okay? Or maybe he's either, I don't want to come off like I'm insulting him because I'm a huge fan. He's my favorite Eagles content creator, but he's either coming off delusional or he's holding on to some slimmer of hope as an Eagles fan that they're going to make the right decision. I'm hoping it's the latter. Because everything about Sirianni, how stubborn he was those last 7 weeks of football, not changing anything, not except, just doing the whole fucking Rocky speech over and over again, but no changes actually getting done. Him having the nerve to bring DeAndre Swift, who everybody knows once you bring DeAndre Swift, with all due respect to Kenny G, that's your starter day one. DeAndre Swift proved to be the starter day one because he ran his ass off in the preseason to the point where they had to take him out immediately. But then he still started Kenny G. He still started Kenneth Gainwell. Makes no fucking sense to me. He still started Kenneth Gainwell. Now this motherfucker is up here talking about Kenny Pickett is the number 2 and Tanner McKee's the number 3, but he's doing a good job developing. Are you fucking stupid? Are you fucking stupid? I mean, seriously, I gotta be a fucking idiot. I hate this nigga with so much fucking vitriol, not as a person, but he is as a coach, he's fucking atrocious. How the fuck do you see Tanner McKee playing the way he's playing? Playing like, this nigga playing like they got that dog in him, man. He playing that dog in him. And you sat up there and you looked at Tanner McKee performing Kenny Pickett and you said that, and this what the motherfucking excuse gonna be. We technically traded draft picks for Kenny Pickett, so he has to be the second stringer, or we're paying him X amount of money, so he gotta be that. No, motherfucker. No. If, God forbid, anything happens in Jalen Hurts, you put the best guy on the fucking field. That's what you do. Why the fuck are you going out of your way to put a guy, you're trying to defend so hard a guy? It's like you're sabotaging this fucking team. Like you did the last 7 weeks, unless you haven't learned. And then you're going to call me this speech like, you know what, yeah, it was my fault. I don't give a fuck, nigga. I don't give a fuck about you whole tech talking to accountability. Show me your accountability, nigga. Don't tell me you sorry. You're like a fucking toxic boyfriend or some shit. Pause. You like a nigga that like keep beating on his fucking woman, and then right after he beat the shit out of his woman, the next morning he bringing her flowers and chocolates and shit. Motherfucker, you beating on your woman, nigga. What the fuck? You're not a good boyfriend. You're not a good coach. How the fuck do you keep doing the same shit what got you in trouble last year? You're not playing your starters at all in a brand new offense. Not the same one, it's a brand new fucking offense. You have to let the players get used to it, knock off the rust. Why are you putting so much pressure on them to have to perform in week 1? He was saying we have joint practices. Doesn't matter, motherfucker. Play those guys, man. Put those guys through the line of fire so they can be ready to go. Just like what Dan Campbell's doing with his guy. That's what the Chiefs doing with Mahomes and them. They playing them. They don't. And Chiefs don't fucking. The Chiefs got like 3 chips under the Patrick Mahomes era. They ain't got to play a fucking single soul. And he's still doing it. Why? Because Andy Reid is quite arguably the greatest coach of all time. But I'm sick of Sirianni's shit. And there's a reason why his ass need to be gone. He doesn't need to be the head coach of the team anymore. Because of fuck shit like that. You sat up there, watched Tanner McKee play his fucking ass off. I mean, the numbers is right fucking in front of me. Nigga got left for 13, 6, 7 yards. Nigga had only 6 more passing attempts, got 140 yards. Let's do the math here, my nigga. Hold on. Let's do the fucking math. Alright, bet. Let's do the fucking math. And mind you, you know, let's do the fucking math. Hold on. Let's go to my calculator real quick. Because niggas gonna play like I'm fucking stupid. Okay. 140 minus 67. This motherfucker rather raise my blood pressure. I'm acting like Willow Wood in this motherfucker. 73 fucking yards! 73 yards! That's a damn near whole football field, nigga! 73 yards! 70 fucking 3-yard difference and only what, 6 more attempts playing with fucking special teamers at wideout. Are you fucking serious? Are you fucking, this nigga, I hate this, this nigga to be fired. Why the fuck is he still a head coach of our team? I fucking hate Sirianni. This nigga's a fucking, this nigga's stupid as fuck. This nigga's a fucking idiot, bro. This nigga is stupid. And I feel so bad for Tanner McKee because this nigga's playing his ass off and he just getting no respect, man. I feel fucked. I ain't gonna lie. If it was me and I played that like that, I'll be throwing shade like a motherfucker. I'll be like, yeah, so, you know, do you feel you should be quarterback too? Ask Sirianni. I will be throwing shade like a motherfucker. Like, nigga, ain't nobody getting sunburned around me, nigga. I'm throwing shade like a motherfucker. Because there's no way in the hell I'm going to let a coach treat me like that. When I'm out there playing, nigga, I go be a quarterback somewhere else. I ain't sitting up there getting paid to ride the fucking bench when I'm sitting up here balling out. Hell no. Some team gonna have use for me. I could be a spot starter anywhere. I don't need you, nigga. Niggas gonna look at my tape and say, oh, this nigga, bro, he could hoop. I could be a quarterback too somewhere else. Vikings need some players. Because J.J. McCarthy out for the season. They can use a quarterback. Sam Darnold, like he's a good. We'll see how this coach. I think the guy's name is O'Connell. We'll see how Kevin O'Connell treats Sam Darnold. We'll see as that season goes along. Okay. My guess is Minnesota ain't gonna do that great, but I'm gonna hold that a little hope. Here's the thing. Okay. Now, if I'm Tanner McKee, I'm not giving a single flying fuck. Because niggas gonna look at that film and say, yo, we can make him a spot. We can make him a second stringer somewhere else. I'm throwing shit. I ain't gonna go too crazy, but I ain't gonna sit up there and take that bullshit. You gotta be fucked up. So Tanner McKee, man, shout out to you, bro. Kenny picking you ass. It just is. It is what it is. You're not a good quarterback. And you want me to be honest with you? I had a theory about something, okay? Because if I'm not mistaken, I think Jalen Hurts knows him. I would have taken because if you paid attention, remember the draft. The Eagles were kept, trading back a whole bunch of times because they didn't like what they were seeing, what the options were. I'm not gonna lie to you. I would have used one of those picks for Spencer Rattler. If I'm not mistaken, he has familiarity with Jalen Hurts, and he's actually a decent player, right? And you got a quarterback too for a long ass top. I would have took Spencer Rattler, and I think he got picked by 5th round by the Saints. What I'm thinking is that maybe people saw him as an eventual starter and didn't want to, but I'm keeping it real with you, right? If anything happened to Jalen for whatever reason, we got Spencer Rattler. He's mobile. He pretty much got a similar playing style to Jalen Hurts. And he comes from Oklahoma, and I think they know each other. If I was Howie, I would have used one of those picks for Spencer Rattler. I'm not going to lie to you. Okay? And I would have set up quarterback 2 for a very long fucking time. And Jalen Hurts wouldn't deal with fucking Carson Wentz did and be like, oh, it's competition. He would have known, like, yo, I'm getting paid big money. He just there to help me out in case anything happens, and we have familiarity with each other. I think they know each other. Don't quote me on that. I think Spencer Rattler and Jalen, but if I was Howie had a great draft. But if one of those picks, I'm not gonna lie to you, I would have used one of those picks for Spencer Rattler. That's just me. Now, moving forward with that. Let's talk about this game in general. Okay, let's talk about the running backs. KDG did pretty good. Overall, like the few snaps he took in, I'm not like honestly. I hear I hear Joey Shakes talking highly about this Nichols guy. I'm really not impressed with Lou Nichols. I'm sorry, maybe it's just me. I like the couple. I didn't see Kenny. I didn't see Milton, that guy from Georgia. Joe. I think his name is Joe. I don't remember. Hold on. Yeah, so Kendall Milton from Georgia. So I like the couple runs that he had. He was pretty good. Price has been probably, outside of Kenneth Gainwell, has been the best runner between these last couple of preseasons. I would love to see him on a team. He's not going to make the active roster. I think my prediction is going to be Saquon, it's going to be Kenny G, and it's going to be Will Shipley. But I would love Price to be on that practice squad because we need a physical bruiser back, and I think he's perfect. Saquon is a bruiser back in a way. He can get those tough yards. But if anything happens to any of the running backs, he could step in and he could really get those tough short yards for us. Like the guy is quick, he's agile, he runs with an attitude, he got a chip on his shoulder. I fuck with Price is my favorite running back out the whole outside of. I thought Kenny G was good, but he did have a down year last year. But with that being said, Price has probably been the best running back as far as rushing is concerned. People said that, I even heard Joe just said, like, yeah, Will Shipley played good. Will Shipley did not run good. I'm saying, like he did a good job running against Baltimore. Against the Patriots, he did not. So, first and foremost, so we won the game 14-13, and we're talking about Will Greer. So, for some odd fucking reason, don't ask me why. I think the last drive or two of the third quarter, they put Will Greer in. I don't know why the fuck they did that. They really wanted, they could have just been like, you know what, let's just throw Will Greer in to be like a couple plays in the fourth quarter. Or maybe just make him a fucking starter against Minnesota. Or have him play the second half in Minnesota. Like, I don't get why it just, to me, it doesn't make any fucking sense. So that was completely fucking weird to me. I don't understand why they put Will Greer in. And, you know, Joe Sixstad said that Will Greer did good. I might be nitpicky, but like I wasn't really impressed with Will Greer like that either. I thought he was alright, I guess. But I wasn't a fan of Will. I thought Will Greer was okay. I wasn't too big on his performance, to be honest with you. And again, with Will Shipley being a running back, I thought he did a really good job catching up the backfield. But I felt like that this game versus Baltimore, he struggled running the football. Okay, so some injuries happened. So Paris Campbell and Cooper DeJean have been upgraded from, you know, for being on IR, and now they're back into limited space. So we'll see if they're going to play them in Minnesota. If you want to hear my guess, it's not going to happen. They may be in the joint practices, but I don't think they're going to play. I think they should play because we need to see who's going to be wide receiver 3. There's been some rumors and speculation going on about John Mechie. Rumors and speculation about the Jahan Dotson because Dan Quinn doesn't really like him. Jahan Dotson, from what I understand, is actually a very good player. I don't know what's going on. Maybe he's just not the right guy for whatever system he's trying to promote. But Jahan Dotson, the wide receivers for the Washington Commanders, they never were bad. You know, so them, Logan Thomas, Terry McLaurin, McLaren. If I'm fucking up his name, I'm sorry. But Terry McLaurin is like a McLaurin, whatever. I'm gonna say Terry. Terry's a top 10 wide receiver in this league. Jahan Dotson is pretty good. Logan Thomas is a pretty good tight end. So the receiving core for Washington is pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. And they got Austin Eckler now, so who's actually a receiving back by nature. So we'll see what happens with Washington. And that guy, I think his name is Jaden Daniels, he's actually a pretty good player from what me seeing him throw. Also, real quick before I start talking about the Eagles, I owe somebody an apology. Because I almost forgot. By the way, Matt Hennessy also got injured too, I think. I owe Caleb Williams an apology. Okay? I thought he was going to be this pompous ass nigga who just think that his shit don't stink. But he did 2 things that impressed the fuck out of me. The first thing he did was he told the players to start picking up after themselves, start making sure the locker rooms were clean because he wanted to make sure that, you know, the janitors have a... I'm paraphrasing, but that's pretty much under the premise of what he was saying, that you want the janitors to, you know, they shouldn't create so much work for the janitors, you know, to have to clean up. You know what I'm saying? They should be cleaning up after themselves. So that was very admirable. The second thing, I see this nigga throw in the preseason. And I don't want to compare him to Patrick Mahomes. Pat Mahomes, the fucking GOAT, greatest quarterback to ever touch a pigskin. But I'm telling you right now, I see this nigga throwing mechanics. Not even just because I see microphone talk about it. He's like a YouTube, he's a YouTuber that talks about football. I see him talk about it, but I also see the highlights. I seen the highlights before I see the microphone clip. I seen Caleb Williams throw the football. And let's just say this. Justin Fields is just not good enough. Because I'm looking at this nigga throw the football. And the nigga's mechanics is just off the fucking hook. I'm talking about this nigga can make any and every throw. This nigga makes alien fucking throws. He's mobile enough to get out of the pocket. And he can extend plays. And his arm strength and his ball placement is fucking ridiculous. I'm here to tell you right now. Not only do I owe Caleb Williams an apology, I'm going to also tell y'all something right now. Caleb Williams is going to be a star in this fucking league. If he stays focused, the Bears hit on their draft pick. Caleb Williams is going to be one of the best. It's going to be an interesting future for NFL quarterbacks. I think Jaden Daniels is going to be pretty good. If Atlanta gives Michael Penix a shot, he might be pretty good. Caleb Williams is going to be very fucking good. CJ Stroud. Who else? There's nobody else off the top of my head that really like. We'll see what happens with the Spencer Rattler situation. They go with Derek Carr, or just go in another direction. Either way, the Saints will be fine regardless. But yeah, and then we'll see what happens with Bryce Young. I don't know. I haven't really been hearing too much about it, but I don't really keep up with Carolina that much. I don't really keep up with Carolina that often anyway. But I just want to throw in like a little sidebar in there. Caleb Williams, you got my ultimate respect. I apologize to you, brother. You're going to be a very good player in this league. Hopefully, you just stay focused. And, you know, I'm from Chicago, so I get it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going to hate on my, you know, the Philadelphia Eagles is my team. I bleed green, nigga. It is what it is. Y'all like it, kiss ass. But I'm happy you putting on for the city. You know, I hope you do good things. Just don't beat the Eagles. Like, when you get to Philadelphia, lose. But everyone else, whoop ass, sir. I ain't got no problem with you. You know what I'm saying? So, shout out to Caleb Williams, and I apologize. The man's gonna be pretty damn good. Like I know when I see somebody can throw the football, I'm like, yo, it's just something special about it. I know when they not there. I'm not saying I'm not saying like Steve Smith wide receivers, who I hope he's gonna be wrong about Johnny Wilson, who had a concussion. I think it was a hit with what's this guy's name? What's not Julius Peppers? Something. Jabril Peppers. Something happened in that exchange during the joint practice, because I didn't even hear he had a concussion until watching the game. And I'm like, what the fuck? Why isn't he playing? Receivers. Britton Covey, I don't know why he's not getting any more reps. I like this control shit. I don't like it. Like, it's clearly obvious that Sirianni's trying to sabotage this shit. And I'm gonna keep a watchful eye, because I remember those 7 weeks of football last year like yesterday. And I ain't going through that shit again. I swear to God, I will not watch Eagles games for the rest of the year. Mark my words. If I see the same bullshit as last year, the last 7 weeks, I will not watch another motherfucking Eagles game the rest of the year. Mark my fucking words. Now, John Ross, sometimes he does good things. Other times he doesn't. Nagata had a pretty good damn game. I really love how Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, Devontae Smith, and A.J. Brown, they were cheering on the players. Even Chauncey Gardner-Johnson showed some love to McCollum on defense, and quickly with him, McCollum, he's having a pretty damn good preseason. These last couple preseasons, he's very physical. He's active. He's always around the ball. He be putting some big hits. He be putting that lumber on motherfuckers. I like. So shout out to those Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith. They out there show a lot of players. And they out there, you know, being leaders on that sideline. So that's always a good thing to see. Okay, I don't understand why for life of me you're not keeping Britton Covey in the game. You played him, you did a good job playing him the first week. I understand you don't want to get him injured, but you got to give him some reps, especially wide receiver, because you haven't played him at wide receiver. So okay, let's just say I don't want to get him hurt on a punt returns, kick return, whatever. Which I don't get how that makes sense, because they adjusted the rules. You got to let Britton Covey play in this offense, because if you're going to be using him, you need to give him those reps so you can get used to the offense. You get used to being utilized as a receiver. Just because he played it before, it's because he did well when he was playing, you still got to give him those reps. Like, he has to develop consistency. When he develops consistency, that's when he can be a really important piece to this offense moving forward, because he's getting those reps. He's out on the field playing. I don't know why the fuck Britton Covey was not playing whatsoever. Albert O is out. Calcaterra out again. Like, what the fuck? Like, Calcaterra, they literally said you're going to be the second string tight end. How the fuck can you be the second string tight end? You don't even play. And Albert O, when he's played, I haven't seen shit. And he's really ever plays. So see, he's either not playing because of injury, or he's not fucking doing anything on the fields with the Albert O shit. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Tight ends are fucking outside of Goddard. And by the way, oh my god, Joey Shakes, I'm going to choke myself if you ever in your this is what I understand. Okay, I'll make this very, very quick, because I told myself to videos real quickly because I want to talk about this game. Stop fucking calling Dallas Goedert injury prone. Dallas Goedert is not injury prone. I don't give a fuck if it's Jalen Hurts or anybody else that you might like as a better player, okay? When somebody's taking your fucking limbs and breaking that motherfucker, they're putting it in a uncomfortable position where it can break, that is not... So if somebody takes my arm and slams it against this piano back here, that's not injury prone. That's somebody doing some dirty shit to me. Okay, that's somebody trying to hurt me. That's not, it's different between bad luck and being injury prone. Dallas Goedert is not injury prone. He's had a lot of bad luck because, unfortunately, with the Washington thing and what happened with Dallas, there's been some motherfuckers that literally are doing dirty shit to try to tackle him. It is what it is. A face mask, and he had nowhere to protect himself, so he got injured. And then I think one of the Cowboys DBs did some dirty shit to him. Dirty plays are unavoidable. You can't call somebody injury prone if they're getting hurt off of somebody else putting their limbs in an uncomfortable position. Anybody, even I don't give a fuck who you put in that scenario, they're going to get their shit broken if a player goes out there and puts their limbs in an uncomfortable position to the point where they're attempting to break the limb. So y'all, Joey Shakes and everybody else, y'all really irritate. Joey Shakes, I fuck with you, but y'all really irritate the fuck out of me when you keep calling Dallas Goedert injury prone. But tight end 2 is a mess. Long story short, E.J. Jenkins did pretty good. He got injured during the game, unfortunately. Anaya Smith did make a really, really good catch at the 2-point conversion to win the football game from Tanner McKee. So that was good to see him make a catch, because he had an awful fucking first game. Dazza had a great camp, and he was awful that first. So it's good to see that there's a plus. He caught a pass, right? All hope is not lost for Anaya Smith. He just needs some time to develop. Okay? Now, moving forward from that, there's obviously Nagata played really, really well, like I said before. Austin Watkins has been he did good this game, but he's not making enough noise for me to really just hone in on him. You know what I'm saying? Steen got injured really early in the first quarter. I think it was an ankle injury, and that's not good. So a good chance that Mekhi Becton has officially won the right guard job. So hopefully he get better and recover, but it's pretty obvious who they want at right guard. So that's being done with. Kennard's played pretty good. Some offensive linemen played pretty good. There's one offensive lineman am I going to see the list? I don't think so. Whatever, fuck it. It's so many other plays we got to cover. Okay, so moving on forward with that. We talked about Will Grier a little bit. I think we just need to just talk about, and we talked about Kenny Pickett already. I think we're going to move on. By the way, when it comes to Kellen Moore, I need to see more single back plays. I saw a couple first game. I didn't see shit this game. I'm not blaming Kellen Moore. I know for a fact if he had it his way, there'd be single back plays, but maybe just Jalen Hurts, like I said before in the last video, doesn't want to do offense. All right, make sure it's still filming. And we are, okay, cool. Now, let's talk about the defense, all right? So, Fangio played some of his defensive starters, right? Bryce Huff finally showed up. I don't know what, and listen, Joey Shakes, he's had quite a few bad takes. Because Zach Bond played a fucking good game. I love Joey Shakes, but he's having some bad takes. The last couple, 3-ish months, he's been having some not so great takes. Like about Quinion Mitchell not starting over Isaiah Rodgers. The man's not ready. But also, we're going to talk about the Isaiah Rodgers thing. You have to talk about it, okay? Now, yeah. So Bryce Huff finally showed up, played really, really well against the Russell. It was good to see that Bryce Huff showed up. Ojoma played really good. I don't know why nobody mentioned Ojoma's performance, but Ojoma was very, very disruptive, both in pass rush and in run. So shout out to Ojoma. He's going to be a very good player in this league. We'll see how much playing time he gets as time passes, but he's a very good player. Sweat was out, like I said. Patrick Johnson made a play or two earlier in the game. I'm trying to figure out who else. I think Carter was out. I think this guy, Thomas Becker the fourth, had a really, really good fourth quarter and actually came up really big on defense. McCollum, very physical guy, makes a bunch of tackles. Zach Baum had a really, really, like one of the better players. Kobe Dean, I like the way Fangio is. She said, I can compliment Fangio now. I don't fucking hate Fangio. I'm sorry. I can share my opinion, okay? I'm sorry. I gave Fangio a compliment. You can get your hands off my throat now. I'm good. All right, there you go. As a compliment for Fangio, he's doing a great job to get to the Kobe Dean, okay? Leave you alone. Leave you alone, okay? I think Devin White played. So the Kobe Dean's, I wasn't too impressed with his first game. I thought he did some good things, but wasn't 100% impressed. Very, very impressed with this second game. He's playing with fire, passion. He's being active. He's always around the ball. He's cleaning up plays. Fangio is doing a really, really good job utilizing the Kobe Dean to his strengths. Now, let's talk about Nolan Smith, because I see a lot of y'all have mixed feelings. Some of y'all give Nolan Smith his credit because he got a sack and he's around the ball. And some of y'all are not giving Nolan Smith his credit. Here's a reality situation, right? So when he came in this league, when he was doing the full analysis of the player, the pros and cons. Pros is he's very athletic. He's super, super fast and athletic for his size. And he has like an Hassan Reddick prototype, right? The problem is his pass rush moves repertoire. He doesn't have too many moves in his repertoire in pass rush, which is why he isn't able to be as productive in pass rush situations. He kind of doesn't have a deep enough bag. What I would do with Nolan Smith, here's a real situation. Number one, Fangio, the same way he's doing a good job using Fangio utilizing the Kobe Dean to his strength, he needs to do a better job of utilizing Nolan Smith to his strength, because one or two things needs to happen. Nolan Smith needs to work with some defensive linemen, so I'm going to call up Charles Haley, see he might answer the phone. I might go work with Jalen Carter, because Jalen Carter, he know what the fuck he doing at the defensive line. I'm like, yo, listen, is there any moves you can go teach me that I can go utilize at the line when I'm rushing the passer? I think that could be help. Give Hassan Reddick a call. He might or might not answer the phone. I'm pretty sure he was cool with him. So, like, listen, I'm going to give Hassan Reddick a call and say, hey, Hassan. And that's the play he kind of modeled his game. He's a fan of Hassan Reddick, and that's what they modeled his game after. Hey, yo, Hassan, man, like, listen, I know you in your contract dispute with the Jets and shit. But listen, man, like, yo, we cool. I ain't got nothing to do with you getting paid. Hey, bro, listen, could you teach me a few things about how you got to the pass rush and what you do when you're engaged with blockers? So I'm doing what the fuck Jalen Hurts did with fucking Wake Martindale. I mean, shit, what's they contacted a former op to go, be able to do that. So that's Nolan Smith. Nolan Smith needs to ask Fangio to help him, or he needs to go look to his teammate Jalen Carter. Or he needs to, and he got Brandon Graham there, he got Josh Sweat that can help him there too. But he needs to find other ways outside just your normal conventional, just do what you're told in order for him to really develop as a pass rusher. Otherwise, what Fangio's going to have to do, if he's smart, he's going to have to put him as an off-ball linebacker. Okay? Trotter, down game. Made a couple good plays, but he had a down game overall. He missed way too many tackles. He was there for the plays, but you got to finish. We root for you to start. We want you to start, but you can't start when you're making that many mistakes. A little bit of a down game for Trotter, but I still think he's a great player. It's early. He just got drafted. Give him some time. I like Trotter as a player, but he did not have a great game. Just being honest with you, okay? But overall, I like Nolan Smith as a player. I like no, that's not what I'm talking about. So no, I do like Nolan Smith as a player, but I'm saying I like Jeremiah Trotter, okay? Van Sumeren, very, very consistently making plays. I always see him around the ball. He's doing a really good job on special teams as well. So shout out to Van Sumeren. He's making plays too. Let's talk about the secondary. Avonte Maddox, I was about to get on his ass because that first quarter is looking a little sloppy. Then when he caught that pick in the end zone, I'm like, yes, go. So very, very happy on his part. Avonte Maddox catching interception, showing that he could maybe injury prone, but when he's on the field, he know what to do. Because I wasn't impressed with him playing safety last year. He was horrible at safety last year. He did. Bradbury, I see the motherfucker join practice. I seen him get his ass beat by a tight end in Jordan practice. I seen him get his ass beat by a tight end in the preseason game. I'm here to tell you right now. I don't give a fuck what Fangio tell me, what any of these niggas tell me, I don't give a fuck what Sirianni tell me. I'm telling you right now, Bradbury fucking sucks. I don't hate the guy as a person, but as a player, he's not a good football player. And that's just period, point at the end. It is what it is. Fangio can tell me a bunch of stories about how he's coming along and all this. Oh, that shit hurt again. Coming along and all this shit. Bradbury fucking stinks, and he needs to get cut or some other shit, or he doesn't need to get a lot of playing time. Okay. Yeah. So I'm sorry, Bradbury fucking sucks. I keep it real. Elliott redeemed himself for the field goal, kind of jumping ahead a little bit. Brady Man had doing what Brady Man does, punting great. Bradbury fucking sucks. He does not need to be getting no playing time. Only reason why he getting playing time now because Charles Gardner-Johnson out and Cooper Jean's out. But he fucking sucks. Bradbury's not a good fucking football player. I'm sorry. Eagles signed this safety who I don't remember his name. Yeah, so Caden Sir is the name of the guy, just a role-playing guy. He made a couple plays when he was coach of the Fangio. Job, I'm gonna keep it real with Job and Rick's the back. Like Job is not developing the way he's supposed to. I don't know what happened because he had problems a couple years ago that he fell off. I need to see more play from Ricks. Ricks is just not playing well enough for me. When it comes to Keely Ringo is a very, very good player, but it wasn't his best game last game. But I think I'm going to keep it real with you. Overall, he's playing better than Isaiah Rodgers. I really think Vic Fangio needs to pay very close attention between Isaiah Rodgers and Keely Ringo because I'm not entirely so. I know Isaiah Rodgers hasn't got enough reps yet. And I know he's a good player from the past when he did with the Colts. But I'm being honest with you, I don't think he should be the lockout outside. I think they need to consider Quinton Mitchell maybe starting over there or go give Keely Ringo a shot because he's playing better. Even when he had backslid, he did the best he could to try to make up for his not-so-great performance. So Keely Ringo didn't play great. He got beat a couple times, but he's playing better than Isaiah Rodgers with the opportunities he's given. I need to see more out of it. Isaiah Rodgers got to prove to me in actual gameplay, not just camp, that he needs to be that he should be the second string cornerback because right now is it. And also, there's nothing about Vic Fangio. I'll make this real quick and we're pretty much done with this video. I know that's why Fangio needs to be such an asshole about everything. Like he's talking about Avonte Matt. You think he's talking about Quinton Mitchell playing nickel? He's like, well, nickel and corner are different. No, the fuck they're not. When you look at the depth chart and they announced the fucking start defensive lineup. What do the fuck they say when Avonte Max was over there? He was a nickel player. Quarterback, CB, you know what the fuck that mean? Quarterback, nigga. So the real situation today, and I had some arguments about, like, yo, why you say T.J. Watt the best linebacker in the league, and he's not a linebacker, he's the edge. It don't fucking matter, but that's this this particular position of why he plays on the field. But it doesn't. That's like say, oh, Michael Parsons is a linebacker, he's the edge. Michael Parsons is a fucking linebacker. He just plays he plays the edge. He plays on the line in a 3-4 scheme. It doesn't make them not linebackers. Same thing with the fucking quarterback position. When you're a nickel, you're still a quarterback. You just play. You're the fifth defender. You're the fifth defender in a nickel formation, but you're still a fucking nickel corner. It doesn't make any fucking sense to me. Like you're still a DB. So DB cornerback is the same fucking shit. So like I don't understand. So Fangio. He be getting on my fucking nerves sometimes, bro. Like, and that's the reason why I don't be liking this thing, because he be doing some extra shit. Like, my nigga, stop telling motherfuckers how niggas really doing. Like, you'll be like, yeah, well, he's not really doing so well. He needs to work on some stuff. Keep that shit to yourself and to the fucking place. Stop putting players on blast. Because these niggas that's in the press, they don't give a fuck. They just want a story at the end of the day. And you're feeding it. You're just giving them a story. So now, Philadelphia media can write us some fucking dumbass story and start trying to target this player. You're doing too much. Keep the development shit under wraps. You ain't gotta completely lie to everybody, but yo, just chill out and try to be too specific with certain shit, alright? That's all I got to say for this video. The next game we have is Minnesota Saturday. Minnesota on Saturday. I'll give y'all some updates about that. I'm out of here, man. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all weekend. Peace. Alright? Oh yeah, real quick. I got new music coming out. It's a new single will be coming out at the end of August. Please, I will keep y'all updated on social media. I'm very, very happy with my first song coming out as Bruce Leroy. I'll give y'all the name. I'm going to do the cover art and all that. But I promise y'all a new song is coming out soon. Sometime at the end of this week or next Friday, I will let y'all know, all right? It's going to be coming out soon, right before the end of this month, all right? I'm out of here. Peace. All right.